let's go ahead and turn this around so I can see. Sorry, y'all, I gotta mirror this. Mirror your video. All right, and then let me, oh, sorry, Instagram. Let me get the comments where I can see. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Come on in, everybody. Kimberly's here. Tracy's here. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. This is FoodtokTV, home of TikTok's longest running live cooking show. Thank you all for tapping and sharing. We got 1 like. Let's see if we can get to 10. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. I make food and femininity content, and today we are going to make an accidental meal. We're going to make rice and beans. We're going to make sausage and peppers and then put them together. So if you all were with me on my, I think it was Monday stream, I did an Easter dinner for Easter Monday for the Marines that my son works out with. And we have one of the sergeants who doesn't eat pork, so everybody else got a honey baked ham. And then I just put together a quick sausage and peppers. And someone said, put barbecue sauce on it, which I have never had. And we put barbecue sauce on it, and I served it, and everybody tore it up. So we're just gonna repeat that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So come on in, everybody. We're over 200 likes. Thank you all so much. So for this recipe, you will need a knife and a cutting board. You will need sausage. I got lots of different sausages, so you can do any one that you like. I'll show you all what we're doing. And then onions and peppers. You can do the fresh ones. Fresh is best, but you know, on a lazy day like today, we're just going to use some frozen ones, all right? So thank you so much, May, for the badges. Thank you, Rachel, for the butt badges. Hello, everybody. We are over 400 likes. Let's see if we can get to 500. I'm going to turn on my struggle air conditioning because I am a woman of a particular age. And let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Come on in. Let's go ahead and wipe down the counter and wash our hands. And we're gonna pack this up. This is another Meals on Wheels giveaway. A family friend is going through some chemotherapy, so I'm making weekly meals to pack and serve. All right, so let's clean the counters. Hope everybody had a good week. Happy Friday or happy Friday. Rachel says you understand the age. Yeah, absolutely. And let's tell the truth. The lights that I have so you all can see everything make it warmer. So I'm actually going to turn it up a little bit more. Hopefully the sound doesn't bother you, but I like to let you all know what's going on. Thank you, everyone. We're over 600 likes. Let's see if we can get up to 1,000. All right, so this could be a really simple meal with whatever you have on hand. But we're just gonna start with some rice in the rice cooker, and then we'll do our sausage and peppers, and I'll put some baked beans on the stove and just kind of tell you my inspiration, and we'll put together a recipe. You all can get my recipes and all of the FoodtokTV recipes on FoodtokTV.com. All right, thank you, Kato, for the badges. Oh, you like the curls? Today was wash day, y'all can tell. I'm very simple. I do the same thing every week, over and over. I'm glad you like them. Okay. Let's see. I think I'll just do the regular long grain rice. I have some jasmine rice. I don't know. I'll let you all pick. I have some jasmine rice left over from the epic African food. This is what we grew up eating. Very popular in Asian cuisine. The jasmine rice is a nice sticky rice. We're going to do a plain salted white rice today. So we can do jasmine rice, or I have regular long grain rice too. Let me grab that. I'm one of those that I don't like having too many packages open at a time. So we have regular long grain rice. We can use this one. I don't know if you can tell the difference looking at the kernels, but you can see a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see, probably not. Let's see what you all think. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Tomorrow, Sunday's your wash day. We're at 1,400 likes. Let's see if we can get to 1,500. All right, so we are going to wash our rice. I think we'll finish the jasmine rice package. I'm going to get my little struggle rice cooker. But this will work with any rice that you have. And if you're low carb, you could actually do a cauliflower rice with this. I'll show you all some options to keep it sugar-free. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher because I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. When I'm cooking for men, I give them the full flavor, but if you need to make some substitutes, I've got some swaps for you all. All right, so we're going to use the same struggle rice cooker I've been using the whole time, and we're going to do 2 cups of rice because that's the capacity for this rice cooker. You could also do this on the stove like we did when we made the rice balls, but we're just going to do a regular sticky rice. Rachel is keto. Okay, wonderful. So yeah, cauliflower rice for you. Or you could just put some extra veggies in it and just eat it kind of as a stew on its own. All right, so let's measure 2 cups of jasmine rice, so this can be cooking and percolating while we're doing other things, all right? Bria, thank you so much for the badges. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness, y'all, we're over, is that 2,500 likes? Wow. Let's see if we can get to 3,000. Thank you for tapping and sharing. Come on in, everyone. All right. So we are going to use this jasmine rice. It's a nice, fragrant, It really does. Like when you open the package, it kind of smells floral, which makes sense. Oh, thank you, Nelly, for the roses. It smells floral, and then it's got like a nice stickiness to it. So if you're doing Asian cuisine, African cuisine, thank you, Nelly, for the peppers. All right. So let's see what we got here. Maybe it will use the whole thing. I love emptying packages. That means I can get rid of this. So we don't have too much going on, but yeah, if you can, give jasmine rice a try. I think you'll like it. Okay, so we've got 2 cups of rice here, and I am going to put it in a colander, and then we're going to wash it well. Some of you all wash your rice, some of you don't. I am not the food police. Do whatever works for you. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a good rinse. I lost some. I tilted it over and I lost some, y'all. Hold up. We're going to give it a really good wash. All right. We resurrected it. Let me use 2 hands. So washing your rice will help remove some of the starch, as well as, anything that comes in a package. You just want to make sure you're giving yourself the best and you're giving others the best, all right? So you can just wash it until the water is less cloudy. And now we're gonna put, this is 2 cups of jasmine rice into the rice cooker. And then it's gonna be double the liquid, all right? So since we did 2 cups of rice, we're gonna do 4 cups of water. And I've shared with you all some other ways to get really good flavor out of rice. Level 1 is what we're doing today, just regular rice with salt. That's going to be a good neutral base for anything that you want to put on top of it, because this stew that we're going to make has got a lot of flavor, sweet and savory flavor. So level 1 is what we're doing. All right, so now I'm going to get 4 cups of water. Level 2, like I used to do when the kids were small, you can cook your rice in any... One second, y'all. Alexa, set volume to 0. My kitchen robot has like this... routine. When it hears water running in the sink, it plays like happy cooking music. We're over 4,000 likes. Thank you all so much. Let's see if we can get to 5,000. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and we are making sausage and peppers, rice and beans. All right, thank you so much. Come on in, Ash is here. So let's see, we've got 4 cups of water. Let me look at it level. So we were talking about the different ways you can make rice any liquid. So this is going to be level 1 with just water. But we do want to salt it, all right? So far we did 2 cups of jasmine rice and 4 cups of water. All right, let me wipe this down. I made a little bit of a mess. So level 2, if you want your rice to be a little bit more savory, you can cook it in chicken broth instead of rice, instead of water. We've done that several times. You can do the bouillon cubes, you can do the pourable chicken broth in the carton, or you can do the powdered chicken bouillon with water. And it just really makes sure your rice itself has a lot of flavor. And then level 3, if you like an island vibe, you can do it with coconut milk instead of water or chicken broth. All right. So we're gonna get some salt in here, and let's see. Let's do 2 teaspoons. I was really thinking like 1 tablespoon. All right, so we'll put some regular salt in here. You can season it, you can put any herbs. I have seen, y'all, there's been some like rice cooker meals series, and I'm thinking, you know what, that might be a good series to do, where people put the rice and the veggies and fish and all kind of stuff and cook it. If you don't like to cook, that could be a great one-pot wonder. And I'm just gonna take the measuring spoon and I'm just gonna stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. All right, before we turn it on, and I'm just gonna give this a taste for saltiness. Excellent. All right, so now we're gonna put the top on this and just let it percolate off to the side. All right, so this is our level 1 rice. You can do this in big batches and you know, just add different things to it over the week if you don't like cooking every day. All right, so let me plug this up, and then I think, all right. I think what we'll do next is we will go ahead and open up the baked beans and we'll put them behind me. I just got the inspiration when cooking for others, especially boys or men. I have been told meat and potatoes, protein and starch, add vegetables as they get older, but you know, just give them the good stuff, ladies. Keep it simple. I always like to do stuff extra fancy, but it doesn't take all that, all right? Thank you all so much for being here. We're over 5,000 likes. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Thank you, Alvet. I appreciate it. All right, so let me show you all what I'm doing for beans, and let me give you all some substitutes as well. All right, so I placed an order through the Walmart deli, and these are the Walmart baked beans from the deli. So this is kind of the family size. You know, if you get those like catered meals or whatever, this is up front where the sides would be. Now look, you can absolutely use regular baked beans in the can. If you have your own baked beans recipe that's been simmering forever, that's wonderful. Excuse me, I actually like these. I've used these a lot. This is the Walmart Great Value Maple Cured Bacon Beans. I don't know if these have any bacon in them, so let's make sure. Not that it matters. I asked our recipient if he had any special requests for this week's meals, and he said no, everything you make is delicious, so I appreciate that. All right, so these are vegetarian, but I want to give you all a substitute. I haven't opened these yet, but I keep showing them to y'all. Bush's makes a 0 sugar added baked bean. I didn't know this and I haven't tried it yet. I'm not a big bean eater, but when I do, you all will definitely know. So just giving you all some substitutes. A lot of the brands that we grew up with and we love, you can get 0 sugar added. So if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, that could be a good substitute for you. But because the deli baked beans are made, I guess, fresh in the store, to me, this is the closest to like a home style baked beans that you would get. So we're just gonna open this, put it in a sauce pot, and put it on the stove behind me. Hello, Misty says, what are you cooking? So far we have some white jasmine rice. We're gonna do a sticky white rice. And then these are just Walmart baked beans. I think they look good. I just wanted to add this to the sausage and peppers since we're gonna do barbecue sauce. I thought this would be a nice addition just to kind of keep that sweet and savory going. All right, so let's get a little sauce pot, and I'm just gonna put it on behind us on low. So I'm just starting with the things that you can kind of set and forget, because once we start cutting up and once we start cutting up and doing some of those other things, sometimes time can get away from us. All right, so again, come on in. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and today we are making a made-up meal. Rice and beans, sausage and peppers. Mr. President says he's craving Hoppin' John. So those of y'all that are from the South, I have a request to do like a black eyed peas over rice. So I'm thinking kind of in that flavor profile. But that's not what we're making today. I think you would like this though. This is going to be more of a baked bean than a black eyed peas. All right. So right now we've just got our rice going and we've got our beans going. So if you're a boy mom like me, if you cook for men or boys, you know, make it easy on yourself. You could have some of the same protein. If somebody's keto or you want to keep it low carb, you could have some of the same protein, but just give them the extra starches, right? So rice and beans, or cornbread, or rolls, or all the other good stuff that we love, but we probably can't have every day. All right. So since this is sticky, I just want to wipe the outside. This is going to go on the stovetop behind me, just to kind of simmer, and we'll pour this over the white rice. Ah, Maria says you look so fancy tonight. Thank you, sweetheart. One of my day ones calls this the ladybug dress. I just like to represent myself well and represent you all well. Thank you so much. We're over 6,500 likes. Let's see if we can get to 7,000. Come on in. Thank you for the goats, you all. I appreciate that. Thank you for all the support. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and today we are making sausage and peppers, rice and beans, all right? So let's go ahead and put this on. Let's just turn it on low, and we'll just let it simmer. And from time to time, I'll give it a stir. All right, I just want to wipe this down. We spilled a little bit of baked beans. So now let's talk sausage. Hey, Julius. Yeah, use your baked beans over rice. Have I ever done this before? No. Has that ever stopped us? No. To me, cooking is so subjective, and it is an experiment, and I'm cooking for someone close to our family who's going through some chemotherapy treatment. So I asked him if he had a special request. He said, whatever you want to make. So we'll try it together and see what you all think. All right, let's talk meat now. So I ordered one of everything. We got a lot, y'all. You can tell me what your favorite is. I know, this is ridiculous. Who does this? I order my groceries online, and you never know when they're going to be out of something. Plus, I was going to cook for the Marines on Monday, but they didn't work out, so I have all this extra. So however you like your smoked sausage, Bria loves that I cook for others. Absolutely. Yeah, you never know. It helps me. I got a lot of energy. It helps me to be productive. And then also, you just never know if you have seniors, if you have people going through health challenges. You just never know who is close to you that is, you know, quietly struggling with something. And he made a comment on one of my reels that this would help his recovery. I said, say no more. All right, y'all. So we got some of everything. I don't know what this is. What is a Polska kielbasa? So I guess this is a combined sausage. So this one is a combination of pork, turkey, and beef. We got the Hillshire Farms. You can get the Polska kielbasa. I hope I'm not butchering it. You can get this one, the smoked sausage. This one is pork, turkey, and beef as well. When I made this for the Marines, we have one sergeant who doesn't eat pork, so I made him the beef smoked sausage with the peppers. He absolutely loved it. So if you want to keep it strictly beef, you absolutely can. That's the Hillshire Farms. And then we also have the Walmart one. So we've got 2 beef. We also have a beef. Can somebody tell me? I really do not know. Asking not for a friend. I'm asking for myself. Miss Mary said, I wish I had your energy. Thank you, sweetheart. Speaking of that, let me turn my air conditioning up. Whew. All right. I do not know. What is the difference between a Polska kielbasa and a beef smoked sausage? So they're both beef. Ooh, it's tasty with an omelet. Ooh, Bria, you cook for the drill sergeants. Yeah, they love it. They told me we're never not hungry. Bring anything, anytime. All right. Oh, Bria says the downside is the label said beef, but it's pork casing. Okay, so this one says beef casing. This one says beef casing. We also have smoked sausage, beef. We also have chicken smoked sausage, and we also have turkey. So long story short, y'all can do whichever one works for you. I think I will do the beef smoked sausage. Let's do, yeah. All right, I'll do 2. I'm cooking for the week for him. We'll make 5 meals. I think that's good. On the front, yes, we definitely checked in the front. All right, everybody. So we're gonna get a cutting board and we're just gonna slice these on a bias, which just means on an angle, make them look kind of fancy so we can pan fry them. All right. We are at 9,000 likes. Thank you so much. Come on in, everybody. Let's see if we can get to 10,000. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and today we're making sausage and peppers, rice and beans. Yeah, absolutely. I know, a lot of sausage, you all. So I make cooking content Monday and Friday, so you can come to Maggie the Substitute Teacher. If the Marines are working out, we'll do the rest for them on Monday. All right. All right, so let me give the baked beans a stir. If you all don't know, our oldest, he's 17. He's actually graduating next month. He's signed with the Marines, and he works out with them already. He ships out in August, and so I was just told he needs to put some weight on, so we just continue to feed them. That's what we do. All right, let's stir that. Let me get the spoon rest. Just keep that moving around since it's got sugar in there. We don't want it to burn. Exciting? Y'all are excited? Thank you, Julia, for the badges. Thank you for the roses. We made 10K. Thank you all so much for tapping and sharing. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and we are making another Maggie Meals on Wheels. You all can let me know what you would call it, but we're going to open both of these up. We got the Walmart brand and the Hillshire Farm brand. Let's do a little taste test, a little comparison. All right. We'll do the skillet. I was wondering if I should get the griddle, but I think we'll be okay. I got my struggle cutting board here. So let's just go ahead and get the knife and get these cut. Let me go ahead and get our cooktop out. So it can be preheating while we cut. We're at 10,600 likes. Let's see if we can get to 11,000. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Come on in, go meet. What are you making today? Sausage and peppers, rice and beans, another Maggie Meals on Wheels. We're gonna pack these up and give them away, but I will give it a little taste for you all. So far, we have our jasmine rice, and we've got some baked beans behind me on the stove. So the rice cooker is here. We've got a big ceramic skillet. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on a medium, and let's go ahead and get it cut up. And thank you all so much for the compliments. I appreciate it, Hollywood. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a slice. So we're just gonna kind of angle it. And I think that makes it look kind of fancy. Plus, it gives you more surface area to get that nice little browning on there. We're gonna lay these flat in the skillet. So this is beef smoked sausage in a beef casing. You could use chicken, you could use pork, you could use turkey. Honestly, you could use whatever leftover meat you have. If you have leftover Easter ham, I don't know. Whatever works for you. We made this on accident for the Marines, and they loved it. Let's try this one. I know it's cold, but gotta love the protein. All right, so I'm just gonna put these directly into the skillet. I'm not gonna grease it because it's beef, and I think we'll get some natural oils coming out of there. If you're doing the chicken or the turkey, you probably will want to put a little bit of oil down, or not. You can keep it really light. So let's go ahead and layer this one down. We want to get a nice little char on there. And then we'll add, I have some frozen onions and peppers, y'all. And we'll toss some barbecue sauce in there. Just make a little struggle meal. You can make it as fancy or as simple as you want to. Thank you so much for the badges, Gigi. Y'all were over 12,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 13,000. Come on in. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher, and we are making another Maggie Meals on Wheels for someone very special. We're just going to let this brown, so I'm just going to push it back out of the way. This is on a medium, but it gets hot pretty quickly. So I do like this. This is the Hillshire Farms. I think it tastes good. I'm also going to do the Walmart brand. Same thing, beef sausage in a beef casing. So we'll cut this up. Once those brown, we'll move them into a container and then do these as well. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for all of the badges, Maria. Thank you, everybody. I don't mind the generic. I do not need to have name brands, but I am going to give this a little taste just to see if it's visibly different. Oh, thank you, Lori, for the hearts. All right, I don't know if y'all can hear that sizzle. All right, so this one is the Walmart. This is the Great Value beef smoked sausage. So again, we have someone very close to us is going through some chemotherapy treatments and asked if I would make some food to help in his recovery, and the answer is always yes. So let's go ahead and do some extra. So we'll pack about 5 of these, and then we'll be Maggie Meals on Wheels. We'll take it over, and so far he has loved everything. So while he's going through his treatment, one less thing to worry about, all right? Feed your family, give them nutritious food, give them the good stuff. Oh, hold up. I remember to keep it on an angle. It looks fancy, but even if you don't have it looking fancy, I think it still tastes good. And then we'll give this a try. Uh-oh. I should have used a bigger cutting board. I think they're in the dishwasher, y'all. All right. So let's give this a try. This is the Walmart brand compared to the Hillshire Farm. I think it tastes the same. However, I do taste more spices, not hot spices, but more flavor in the Hillshire Farms. Okay. Taste test complete. So we have 2 of these. What are they called? Links? Y'all know I don't know. Exactly, Jennifer. All right, let's clean hands. And we're going to check this for color. We want to get a nice little char on there, turn them over, and then take them out. I think I misjudged the pot. I like to put them flat so we can get that nice little sear on there. You could just dump the whole thing and stir it around as well. All right, so let me go stir the baked beans and come back with some tongs, and we'll turn those over. Okay, so the baked beans smell delightful. Behind us, we just had the Walmart Deli baked beans. I think they're excellent, 10 out of 10. They could really pass for homemade, so we're just warming those up. Also on the counter, we have 2 cups of just jasmine rice with salt. So we're gonna do a white rice. Let's see how this is looking. Ooh. I think we got a nice little coloration going on. I don't know if that's a word. So let's go ahead and turn these over. Then we'll take them out. This is the beef smoked sausage. You could do it with turkey sausage. You could do it with chicken sausage. Heck, excuse me, you could probably do it with bologna, if your bologna has a first name. Hot dogs. I say use what you have. For me, cooking is therapeutic. You know, especially at the end of a long day. I enjoy it. Not everybody does, but I think we all need something that kind of soothes us and settles us down. Because life is hectic. There's so much going on. You know, for some of you it's gardening. For some of you it's working on the car. For some of us it's cooking. I actually like cleaning too. But make sure you take care of yourself. And if you can do it in a way that's a blessing to others, I think that's even better. All right. I think it looks good. We could probably go a little bit darker, but I'm okay with it. I just wanted to get a little bit of char on there. So we're gonna let this cook for, what was that, like 5 minutes. All right. Come on in, everybody. Thank you, Maria. We are at 16,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 17,000. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. So while our sausages are browning, I could be chopping onions and peppers. I do have some fresh ones. Should I do fresh ones, y'all? I took these out. In a pinch, I like these from Walmart. This is the frozen onions and peppers. Let me go ahead and open those up. And I'm just gonna put them in the sink in this. If you have fresh, it's best, I know, but sometimes you just need to do a lazy meal. I don't mind the shortcuts, you know? Like I always say, if you're new to cooking or if you're pressed for time, do one thing from scratch. Uh-oh, all right, it's popping. And then take shortcuts where you can. Let me go ahead and open this. The last few times, I think I'm still recovering. I know fresh will be better. I know. Let's see, maybe I'll get some. These Walmart ones are actually, I don't know if y'all can see, they're actually in really good shape. They're just flash frozen. Nice color, but I know you do have some of the water that mixes down. They're very colorful, all right? They don't taste as good? All right, let's give it a try. All right, let's go ahead and take these out and put them in a container. All right, so we got a nice little color going on. Woo! Some of y'all like that. Who likes the charred hot dog on the grill? I do. But if that's too dark for you, do it to your level of doneness. This is probably 1 minute longer than I should have. Our rice is percolating. But yeah, if you've got, I do have fresh onions and peppers, so we'll do that again on Monday. I don't know. I was just like, let's do easy peasy. All right, so we're gonna take these out and put them in a container, and then we'll put the other batch in since we're doing a week's worth of meal prep. All right, so I'm just gonna take these out. I'm gonna leave the grease in the pan. If you were just doing a serving for family dinner, we're gonna put the onions and peppers directly into this. I'm draining them in the sink, and then we'll season them. These would be great, I think someone said, in an omelet. If you're a batch cooker or a meal prepper, you could do like a rice dish with these, a stew, I don't know, maybe a gumbo, maybe a crab boil. All right, so let's just put these out of the way. And we did 2 of the, I think they're 1 pound packages. I'm just gonna go directly in. I don't think these will take long since the skillet is already kind of hot. I think when we cook for the Marines, we may have to get the griddle out and do like 4 of them. You love the charred hot dog on the grill? I know. Thank you, Maria. Thank you all. We're almost at 17,000 likes. If you like what you're seeing, you can tap the screen. You can share. Make sure you're subscribed to FoodtokTV. Different live cooking every day of the week on TikTok. The longest running. And I'm actually going to be traveling for FoodtokTV, you all. I posted it up on my page. I forgot the date, but it's the 3rd weekend in May. It's either like the 17th or 18th. I can't remember. Hello, Maria. they're having Grub Match live in Dallas. And I'm actually coming out to Dallas. So if you all, anybody, if you're in Texas, I would love to meet you in person. So I will be there pretty much the whole day so we can have a little impromptu Maggie meet and greet. Would love to see you all right? You love a quick meal? Absolutely. That's what we're doing today. Come on in, everybody. We're making sausage and peppers, rice and beans, a little struggle meals on wheels to pack and go for someone that I think will really appreciate it. All right. I don't think we tasted the cooked Hillshire Farms. I think we should taste it for research purposes, all right? Let's rinse this off while these brown. And again, this was 2 packages of the beef smoked sausage. One is Hillshire, this is the Walmart brand, just sliced, all right? So, clean as we go. And I can smell them already. So let's see how we're looking here. Oh yeah. Once that skillet is hot, it doesn't take long. So we're gonna go ahead and turn these over and then we'll add them to the others. So this does 2 things for us. These are beef smoked sausages, Gary. But you could do it with hot dog. You could do it with bologna. You could do it with any meat that you have. So this gives us a nice little charred flavor on the smoked sausage. Also, it gives you a nice little crispy texture. I am team texture. The 3 T's for me are texture, temperature, and taste in that order. So if it's supposed to be crispy, I want it crispy. If it's supposed to be, you know, warm, I want it warm. I feel like I can doctor up the flavor if it's a little bit lacking. All right, so these are looking good, maybe 2 more minutes. All right, so these are going in. This is the Walmart one. Let's taste the Hillshire Farms. Looking good, Gary? Okay. I'm gonna go in for the ugly piece. You're coming over? Come on over. Let's try. Salty, savory, so good. I think it'll balance well because we've got these onions and peppers. Again, if you have fresh, go ahead and give them a cut. This was Walmart frozen. I like them for a simple meal. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take this out and add it in here, and then we'll taste the Walmart cook for research purposes. Y'all can tell the difference too. I'll move them to the side. The Hillshire Farm, ooh, it's hot in my hand. The Hillshire Farms is a little bit pink, but I think it's all good. All right, so we're going to use the drippings that are in the pan to saute our onions and peppers. All right, so we got plenty of protein. I'll do twice this much when I'm cooking for the Marines, all right? So this one is Hillshire Farms, and then the one in the back is Walmart. I think it's all good. Let's try the Walmart. A nice little burnt one. Hot, hot, hot. Come on now. This is the Walmart deli baked beans. We're just giving these a stir. I'm gonna put this over the rice. I figured it would go well with the flavor profile because I have barbecue sauce to that. All right. So I'm gonna season it lightly. I think because the peppers have so much natural flavor, you really don't need much, but something just is a little bit salt and pepper in the veggies. And we'll kind of toss them up. You really don't need much. You could go extra with onion powder, garlic powder, and all that. And let me be careful, because when I start the pepper and I have my struggle air conditioning, it gets... All right, time to refill. Need a refill. All right, so we got it seasoned up. We're going to, you can smell it. All right, so let's get these. Since these were frozen, we do have that ice, so I'm gonna just kind of let some of that water kind of cook out, and then we will let them brown a little bit. Then I think I'll add the barbecue sauce to this, and then we'll end by putting the sausage and peppers on top of everything. By then the rice should be done, then we'll assemble and go. Wish they had smell-o-vision, yeah. This is smelling really, really nice. Again, if you have I know I have some onions and peppers in there, but I won't bore y'all. You could do the same thing if you have fresh onion. You can be slicing them while the sausages are browning. So again, I think this was 2 pounds of the beef smoked sausage. We've got the rice cooker going off to the side with some white, just rice and salted water. And we've got some deli baked beans behind us. So we just want to get this to kind of get some of the water out, get some of that good flavor in. Then we're going to add barbecue sauce to it, maybe a little bit more water, put the meat in, and it'll be like a nice stew sauce. I don't know what you call it. So again, this is just something that we made on accident. Aw, thank you, Sergio. I appreciate that. I try. I do teach femininity classes, but I really appreciate the compliment. Thank you. So if you all were with me on Monday, all right, the steam is coming up. If you all were with me on Monday, I had, I did an Easter dinner for the Marines, and we had a honey baked ham. I think it was smashed potatoes and green beans casserole from the honey baked ham company. So we just added like some biscuits and some other things on there. And I know one of the sergeants doesn't eat pork, so I had some beef smoked sausage, so I wanted to make him like a non-pork substitute. So I just did the smoked sausage, and that's how it goes when you're in the kitchen. You know, you just start doing stuff, you just start adding stuff. We did the beef smoked sausage, and then I added, I think I had red pepper that we sliced up and added in here, got a nice little char to it. And then somebody in the chat said, add barbecue sauce. And I've never done that before. Aw, thank you, Donnie O. This is my happy place. All right. And we just kind of put something together with the barbecue sauce. You know what? I'll show y'all. While we're waiting on these, I'll show y'all how we got here. Because every time I cook, especially for the Marines, they've allowed me to kind of make some content and show you all what I made that ended up getting passed around and everybody loved it. So another Maggie Meals on Wheels was born. I'm just going to taste the onions and peppers just for seasoning. We're going to keep it kind of light because we are going to add our smoked sausages back in here, plus the barbecue sauce. But we just did a little bit of light salt and pepper. I think veggies are naturally sweet on their own, especially when you stop eating processed sugar. I am not the food police. Do whatever you want to. However, when you stop eating some of the other stuff, you really taste the natural sweetness in fruits and veggies. So let's give this a try. It's good. In all honesty, I'm going to salt a little bit. In all honesty, because they were frozen, you know how like fresh veggies have that natural like crunch to them? So they're a little bit softer if you really like that texture. But I think it's really good. All right, so I'm going to let it go just a little bit longer. and then we'll add some barbecue sauce in there. All right, so this is just the onions and peppers while our rice is slowing down. Let me see if I can show you all the video of how we got here. Yes, we're at 18,000. I can't see without my glasses, but the steam in the kitchen, y'all. 18,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 19,000. Let me see if my other tablet is charged. So I'll pull this up so you all can see. So this was like a side meal that we made, that I made as a backup, and it ended up being a hit. So I said, you know what? Let's do it again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, so I'm looking at this, and the liquid that we had is pretty much gone. When I pulled it back before, we had kind of a pool of liquid, and this is what I wanted. I wanted it to dry a little bit. All right, let me see if I can find y'all the sausage and peppers barbecue sauce. I don't know. Once the meal is done, y'all can tell me what you would call it. All right, so let me go to my page. This has got some music in it, so, but it's fine. Okay, so this is the Easter dinner that inspired whatever we're making today. Play. Uh-oh. Let me close some stuff. Come on in, everybody. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Oh, it doesn't want to play for me? Let's try Instagram, the other app. And then this is looking good. We're going to go in with some barbecue sauce and some water. And then assemble it all together. So if you all like it, thank you for liking and sharing and tapping and all of that. Ooh, the steam is steaming. I can't, there it is. Can y'all see? There it is. They finished the whole thing, y'all. They were scraping the bowl. I was like, I just threw that together. So again, you never know. So we're gonna make some more of that, all right? So we've got the liquid taken out of here. Hopefully you all can see. I've got some Sweet Baby Ray's. So I'm gonna put some barbecue sauce in here. Let me show you all another substitute. And yes, I stored it in the fridge like this because I wanted to get all of it. I know, it's janky. But again, Sweet Baby Ray's is another one, no sugar added. So again, a lot of the brands that we use are giving you lower carb options. Again, if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, this could work for you. All right, we're gonna add some water to this, but I just wanna kind of toss this together. Get our veggies nice and coated. So again, you could stop at this point. You could stop at this point. Uh-oh. Thank you, TikTok. But they really enjoyed the barbecue sauce. Who knew? All right, so we're just gonna get these nice and coated. Ooh, rice cooker just stopped. All right. So let's get just a little bit of liquid in here. We want to use all of it up. No ingredient left behind. And I'll just get like a cap full of water. Okay, maybe 2. And we're going to shake it up. And pour. There we go. And you could let it cook down and get like thick and saucy if you like it. I just like to use up all the ingredients. All right, So let's give that one more stir and put our sausages in. I think this could be a kid-friendly meal. Y'all know I have 2 teenagers, so the teenagers liked it, the adults liked it. So this is regular Sweet Baby Ray's, but you could also do the low sugar version as well. Or whatever your favorite barbecue sauce is. That's why I wanted to do the baked beans. All right, so I'm gonna give this a taste. Speaking of the baked beans, I'm going to give them one more stir. Uh-oh. All right. I'm sure it's fine. I just taste as I go. You never want to give anybody anything you wouldn't like, unless, you know, someone asks for something that you don't eat, then of course. Uh-oh, let's just give it a try. Come on, y'all. All right, let's stir our beans. All right, now we're gonna add all of our sausages in here and combine. Looking good? Let's toss it together. Uh-oh, y'all, I'm losing stuff. Maybe a bigger pot. So, I don't know, what would you all call this? Barbecue sausage and peppers? I need to put my glasses on. You love Sweet Baby Ray's? We're gonna put this over the rice. If you're low carb or keto, do everything but use a sugar-free barbecue sauce or no sugar added barbecue sauce. And then you could just eat it with cauliflower rice or eat it by itself. I'm actually gonna turn everything off at this point. So we used beef smoked sausage. I think it's a beautiful skillet meal by itself. You could do like some fresh, I don't know, parsley or a nice little garnish on there. What do you all think? I think it looks good. All right, let's give it one little taste and then pack it up and maybe plate one. Sample plate. All right, so let's get a little sausage, a little onion, a little peppers with barbecue sauce. Y'all, I was worried because I used the frozen veggies, so it doesn't have the crunch, but the onions and the peppers just have melted down. Y'all would eat this. What are we calling it? Deconstructed gumbo. Cowboy Chow. Oh my God, I love that. Cowboy Chow over rice. I love cooking with y'all. All right, let's plate it up. Or pack it up. So this is a Meals on Wheels. We're giving it away. Maybe our recipient is watching from the clouds. Someone very close to our family is going through some chemotherapy. So I make weekly meals for him so he can focus on his recovery. All right, so let's, oh y'all, this skillet is heavy. You can put this on the table. Oh, all right, so let's move this. Let's bring our beans. I love that Cowboy Chow. If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna steal that. So this is the Walmart baked beans. And then our rice cooker just stopped. So we have a beautiful, beautiful white sticky rice. I wanna get a bite right now. All right, let's make our assembly station and let's pack this up. Oh my gosh, I'm loving the names. Y'all calling it barbecue sausage stir fry. I love it. Okay, so we got everything, and then I have these containers. Your mouth is watering. I got these from Walmart. Mr. President likes these for his meal preps, but it's the tin foil. Oh, thank you, Granny. Tin foil and the tops. So what I was thinking, I have never made this before, y'all. We just wing it, okay? But what I was thinking is, you know what, I gotta make a little plate, just a little plate. Let me do my plate last so I can get, no. I want to make a plate. In my mind, I'm like, ooh, what could we garnish with it? All kind of good stuff. All right. So this is a giveaway. So I'm going to take a plate for, make a plate for FoodtokTV, and then we will assemble. Avengers assemble. So we got some beautiful sticky rice. Now, again, for me, I should omit the rice, so we're just going to do a little portion, and I'll zoom in on it. All right. And then we're going to get some Cowboy Chow. And then I think I'll put the beans around. Yeah. In my mind, I'm designing the plate already. So we just need a little bit of Cowboy Chow over the rice. Who's eating this? And then I'm going to do I don't know. Do we like that? And then I'm going to put a little bit, I feel like I should have left more rice. Let me do a little bit of parsley. I'll make it look better. I just want, let me not get the, all right, just doing a little bit of parsley, and then I'll take a picture. I would probably omit the beans. Looks yummy. All right, let me take a quick picture for FoodtokTV and a video, and then we'll pack these up. All right. Oh my Lord, y'all, wait till you see this Cowboy Chow. Come on now. Come on now. Cowboy Chow over rice. I'm loving it. All right, let's do a video. We have sticky rice, Cowboy Chow, baked beans, all together. Oh yeah. All right, so you know, I gotta taste it. You love it? All right, let's give it a taste. Put all the flavors together and making a plate for you. I'll feed you. I'll feed anybody. I'll feed the Marines. I'll feed the kids. I'll feed y'all. All right, let's get in there. Oh yeah. We got some rice. We got some peppers. Did I get some beans? We got some beans on the side. Cowboy Chow. If I could tell you, this is, and I don't really think I'm that good, but y'all, this is like 9.9 out of 10. It's really a 10 out of 10, but in my mind, what would you garnish? Y'all know Marcus would get in here with the hot sauce. I would love like a fistful of fresh cilantro, so like some fresh herbs on this. If you like salsa, hold on, I don't know why my mind, y'all, hold up. Are you noticing a theme here? If you like salsa or anything, it is a great, just a little bit. So you have the white sticky rice, you have the savoriness of the sausage, you have the creaminess of these baked beans, y'all. You could do like a loaded version. You could put like cheese and sour cream on it. It is excellent. See, this is why. Let's pack up this food, y'all. I'm about to get in trouble. Hold up. Come on. All right. Focus, Maggie. So this is what we're going to deliver. We're doing Meals on Wheels. So he'll have a week's worth of meals. So in my mind, I was thinking, let's do half of the container of rice for him. And then to keep the rice from drying out, He'll eat one tonight, and then I hope he eats one every day or however he wants to do it. I'm going to put some baked beans over the rice. Then I'm going to put the Cowboy Chow. I just like saying that, y'all. And I'm in the South. I'm in Atlanta. We'll put the Cowboy Chow on the side. You know what? If I had maybe some fresh corn or something. But I just put this together in my mind. And then we'll put a little bit of parsley on here as a garnish. So if you weren't feeling well, you like that rice? Yeah, that jasmine sticky rice is nothing to mess around with. I know, y'all. You want jalapenos? I know. Put your hot sauce. I have that Cholula for Marcus. I know y'all said this is the side that goes closest to the food. I just like foil on foil. Green onions. Y'all don't laugh at me. I got some struggle green onions. Oh my God. Hold up. Let's find wood. So janky. Hold on. Let me give this a rinse. Oh. I just cut the tips off. All right. There we go. And I'll put some on my plate. You know, just work with what you got. Look, I know all of your produce is in perfect shape in your fridge. That ain't my testimony, all right? Sometimes stuff looks kind of struggle-rific. Let's go in there with the green onion. But you see what I mean? You could do this as a base and then let everybody do their own thing. I'm about to lose my mind. If you like onions, that gives you, ooh, cheese and sour cream is sold. If you like green onions, that gives you the that crunch, because our Cowboy Chow is kind of, it's like buttery soft. All right, so we're gonna pack this up, and then I always like to leave a little note: get well soon. So let's see if we can make 5 of these, and then we'll stack them up and take them. So as he goes through his chemotherapy, he has one less thing to worry about. All right. So now we just rinse and repeat. So again, you know, hopefully just giving you all an idea. You can do it on your own. This is our sticky jasmine rice. I know it's kind of bright, but yeah, y'all, it is. It's really, really nice. And it tastes well. I tasted it through the food. Let's see how many of these I can make. I need to scrape. But yeah, you know, I like assembly meals. If you have picky eaters, if you have a family, you know, and I don't like onions, I don't like whatever, you can make the base and then let everybody doctor it up on their own, kind of like a baked potato bar. Put some beans on there. If you don't like beans, omit the beans. Give them the good Cowboy Chow. Y'all, we made this. I was thinking, what am I gonna make today? I was just thinking about the ingredients that I had. And you know, that's really the best food, is just kind of putting it together. 100 out of 100. Y'all, we're at almost 25,000 likes. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Get well soon. And I'll recap for y'all since we're just boxing these up. And then literally when I end the stream, I'm gonna drive over there and just be a little door dasher, a little Meals on Wheels. Leave them on the porch, or if you feel strong enough to come to the door. But yeah, so we invented something on accident. I think Cowboy Chow is what we'll call it. So if you don't like white sticky rice, that's fine. Do it over a baked potato. Do it over skillet potatoes. If you're low carb, do it over cauliflower rice. What other variations? We talked about cheese and sour cream. Oh, I forgot the fresh green onions. My struggle green onions. So embarrassing, but look. You see it live, so you see it all. Where's the good one? Y'all know I have a struggle. Let me get, oh, it's over here. So we're just gonna get some green onion, put on top of that. Optional. If you have chives, you could do chives. It looks good. Who's that for? Who's that for? We have a very dear family friend who is going through some chemotherapy and asked if I would make some meals for his recovery. And the answer is always yes. Get well soon. You know who you are. All right. So we got 3. Let's see. We can make 2 more. Let's make 2 big ones. All right. I try to do 5 meals for him so he has a week's worth of food. And it helps me because Lord knows I don't need to eat this. It's excellent. 10 out of 10. 100 out of 100. So we have our white sticky rice. Then we're gonna put some beans, and the beans on top of the rice will help keep them, is moisturized the right word? Something about that seems wrong, but you know what I mean. Because rice, like the next day, it can dry. So we just put some, and this is the Walmart deli beans. And then we have the Cowboy Chow that we made. This was smoked sausage. This is beef smoked sausage. You could do it with pork. You could do it with turkey. You could do it with chicken to give them a nice biggin. Let's do some struggle green onion on everything as a garnish. We're down to the white part now, but y'all understand. And some parsley to make it look fancy. And then he can just heat and serve when he has an appetite. All right, this is number 4, then we'll do 1 more. Again, I will be in Texas the 3rd weekend of May, May 18th, I think. Forgive me the dates, y'all. But I will be live for FoodtokTV Grub Match. We are at 26,000 likes. Thank you all so much for the hearts. Thank you, Fran Diego. Thank you, Trini Cooks. Oh yeah, it's a blessing to cook, absolutely. You never know what people are going through, so again, you may have seniors, you may have people struggling with health challenges, people are, in mourning. You just never know what people are going through. I'm going to do this one a little different. I'm going to do this one. This is the last one. I'm going to do rice in the whole tray. We're going to do our Cowboy Chow in the middle. I'm going to make it like my plate. Do that Cowboy Chow in the middle. Get it all in there. And you can stop here. And then we're going to layer it with beans all around. So if y'all like this, I will do it again for the Marines on Monday. But we'll do like twice as much. We'll do 4 cups of rice. We'll do, let me just get all of this in here. Plus it helps me get rid of food, because y'all know if it's around, we'll eat on it. All right, oops. All right, let's give him the last of the struggle green onion for a little bit of freshness, because y'all saw my struggle green onions. And then a little bit of parsley. We'll put this one on top. If he has an appetite when I get there, he can eat this one. Woo, it's heavy and it's hot in my hand. Cowboy Chow. You can't wait? Absolutely. So yeah, add your jalapenos, add your sour cream. Think of it like a loaded baked potato. Doctor it up however you want it. We're gonna clean this up whenever you're serving others. I try for the presentation to be nice. And then we'll just put the top on. And on this one we will say, enjoy your dinner. All right, so we have these ready to go. Get my Aldi's bag so I can be Meals on Wheels. And literally just drop these off. So everything worked out really well, y'all. Like, I literally just thought of putting this together, and I think it came out fantastic. So we just have some dishes to do. But yeah, you all can make the cowboy chow. Make it your own. Make it spicy if you like it spicy. Or whatever works for you. All right. So I'm gonna set this down in here. So he's all set. All right, I'll get it straightened out. All right, everybody, thank you all so much for being here. We are at 28,000 likes. Do you mind tapping the screen? Let's see if we can get to 30,000 before we end the stream, all right? So I am Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Again, if you want, I'm gonna be going back to Ghana, where I was born, in December. You can go to teachablemomentswithmaggie.com. I have a Google form up. I just posted it. If you're interested, we're having a Q&A call tomorrow where you can ask all of your questions. If you want to learn how to make that authentic peanut butter soup. I'm struggling, y'all. Make that authentic peanut butter soup. Let's see. Good. There we go. All right, so I can grab and go. We're going to meet the King of the Ashantis, tour Ghana, and just see, you know, so much history and everything. It's going to be, oh my gosh, y'all did it. We're over 30,000. It's going to be a December to remember. So thank you all so much. Thank you for all the likes and the shares. Thank you for all of the feedback. My next stream will be tomorrow. If you want relationship content, Lucy and I will stream at 5. The next cooking stream will be Monday, also at 5 p.m. Eastern. So this has been Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie the Substitute Teacher with you all. Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. And tonight we made cowboy chow over rice. All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for everything. And I'll see you all